I'm Adler Bynoe, the UNFPA Liaison Officer for Guyana. For me, I can probably start by saying for me, it's kind of like coming back home in the sense that I've got one of those unique stories. I remember as a teenager, just after writing CXCs, UNFPA had partnered with the Guyana Responsible Parenthood Association, which is a local family planning association, to have an essay writing competition for World Population Day. I responded to the call. Turns out that my essay was the only one submitted by a male in the whole country, which was shocking. And based on that essay, which turned out to be among the top 3, but really genuinely expressed how I felt about adolescents and youth access or lack thereof to sexual and reproductive health and rights. The local family planning association decided that I should become involved in the local youth advocacy movement, which I did, and then things snowballed from there. Shortly after that, I became a UNFPA Caribbean Goodwill Ambassador for Guyana. I think that was the first cohort of UNFPA Youth Ambassadors in the Caribbean, and that was a precursor to what currently exists, which is a Youth Advisory Group. So I can comfortably say that I more or less got my grounded in sexual and reproductive health and rights through the local family planning association as well as UNFPA. That is where it really started, before I got involved in several other groups, including the Commonwealth Youth Program, etc. Went off eventually to do work in the private sector, and then came right back to sexual and reproductive health and rights. The last 5 years I actually spent outside of Guyana with the Caribbean Family Planning Affiliation, but again, it's all grounded in sexual and reproductive health and rights before being able to take up this appointment here. So in that sense, it's really coming back home in its truest form, back to my home country, but back, yes, to everywhere where it all started. The issues are issues that are quite familiar to me, and of course, given Guyana is my home country, the context is very familiar as well. In terms of what the liaison officer does, the work that is done here is grounded in the 3 transformational results areas from the UNFPA strategic plan, which is 1, ensuring there's the elimination of the unmet need for family planning. We certainly end maternal deaths, which is a major issue in Guyana. It still continues to be. And of course, we end violence and other practices, harmful practices against women and girls. So it's really grounded around that, providing support to our partners, which would be the government, as well as some civil society actors, providing support to them in keeping with those, within the framework of those transformational results areas, and acting as more or less the go-between between our partners and the government here and UNFPA, represented by the sub-regional office that is based in Jamaica. The other thing I should mention is that among the liaison offices, and we know that we have one in Belize, in Trinidad, Suriname, there's the one here in Guyana, and then there's the one in Barbados that also looks at the OECRs. Among the liaison offices, we have sort of agreed on who can serve as a focal point in certain issues. So apart from having the broad mandate which every liaison office has, in Guyana you'll find that as liaison officer, I would act as a focal point for adolescents and youth, as well as for issues related to indigenous women and girls. So it therefore means that issues related to that I'll take a little more hands-on approach on, and provide a greater leadership in shaping whatever initiative we're developing, engaging the other liaison officers as well as the sub-regional office based in Jamaica.